Guys, welcome back to Jay's Auto Detailing. Sunday morning here. I just had a customer drop off our next two projects for the week. So you can see behind me we have a 1940 Ford Coupe, and then in the other bay a 77 Camaro. So both of them are going to get interiors, exterior. We're going to ceramic coat both of them. I'm going to put a 1-year coating on each one of these after we polish them. Engine bays need to get cleaned up. There's a lot of chrome and aluminum to polish. So we got our work cut out for us, and probably break this down into 2 segments. We'll concentrate on one. I'm going to work on this one tomorrow, and seeing how much I get done on the Ford. I may start this one tomorrow. I don't know. They're both going to be some pretty big projects. I mean, the paint's not too bad, and it's not like they're extremely dirty. They're show cars. They just need to be cleaned up and get these things shined up and looking good. So this might be, I don't know, the next day. So I'm planning on just, on these cars, you take your time and make sure you get everything thoroughly cleaned and polished. But that's what we're going to be working on this week. So I went over the car with the customer when he was here, checking out the paint, checking things over, and really hard to see, but if you just follow the light, you can see there's some small stuff in the paint, nothing crazy. They did say they put car covers on these, so that's where I'm seeing a lot of surface marring and things like that, just right on the edge of this trunk lid, just from maybe taking the car covers on and off. There might be a little bit of dust. You can see there on the rear quarter here. So yeah, we're just gonna get this thing polished out. We don't need to wash it. The customer doesn't wash this car. We're just gonna do a waterless wash, wipe everything down, get it cleaned up. I don't really believe there's gonna be any contamination stuck to the paint, so it may or may not need any clay bar treatment. I'm gonna get these wheels a little bit brighter, polish those out. The interior, just got to reach in here and pop the door open. So I was taking a look at this dash. We're going to do a little polishing on there too. You can see there's some fine marks just from wiping down the dust. So I want to give that a good polish too. The leather seats, get a good scrub. Probably do a light shampoo or scrub on the carpet. Get a good treatment on the panels and everything, some UV protection. Steering wheel's a little dirty. Under the hood, I'm going to go over all the aluminum, brighten that up a little bit, get everything wiped down. So these cars, I think he said in about 2 weeks he's going to go to the show down in York, Pennsylvania, and then they head up north to the Syracuse Nationals later in July. So these 2 cars are going to some pretty big car shows. So that's why they're here. They want to have them looking their best, tip-top shape, and that's our plan. That's what we're going to be working on. So I'm going to get started on this one, like I said, first thing tomorrow morning, and probably spend a majority of the day on it. All right, so we're gonna get rolling on this 40 Coupe, and we don't have to wash it, but we are gonna use this P&S Epic waterless wash just to knock the dust down off of the car, get it cleaned up so we have a clean surface to start polishing. And then I'll do my test spot and we'll get rolling. So just stepping outside, vacuums are going inside, so it's a little loud. But I did a test spot on that trunk lid, and initially I thought, you know, you always want to start least aggressive and work your way up, obviously, especially with this custom paint job. You don't know what kind of clears on there. Some light surface scratches in the paint itself, and I tried the orange Lake Country pad with 3D1, buzzed that out, it looked decent, and then as I looked at it closer, there were still some marks that were in the paint. So bumped it up to the black and white Eurofiber pad with some 3D1. That looked okay. Then I said, well, I could still get out some of those surface scratches. Bumped it up to the blue Lake Country HDO pad, and we're going right back to the Jescar compound. So we're gonna do a two-step on this car, go around it once with the compound, knock out all the light surface scratches. Clears a little bit harder than what I thought. So it's gonna take a little bit longer to work with, finesse out those marks in the paint, and then come around the second time with a light polishing pad, and just got to figure out which polish I'm going to use. I don't know if it's going to be a lighter polish or just stick with 3D1 on a really light pad and work around. The other thing I'm noticing on especially the doors, there's still some orange peel in there that needs to be wet sanded, and on top of that there is some marks in the bodywork itself. You can see the sanding scratches that are in there, so I'm going to have to take a look at that. There's really nothing we could do with that. That's underneath the paint. That was all prep work before the car was sprayed. So overall, the paint's looking a lot better. It's getting a good gloss to it now, and it'll look even better once we finish it out with the polish and then apply the ceramic coating. And I'm going to get back inside and get to rolling on this. car, the paint, you saw me on a test spot. I was kind of all over the place, and that's sometimes that's what happens, especially when it's a vehicle like this where you don't know if it's going to be a hard clear or very soft, how you're going to be able to work with it. So you always start least aggressive, which I did, and then I worked my way up and wound up just using a blue HDO pad with Jescar correcting compound. Then came back around for the second step with Optimum Hyper Polish. It does a really nice job of just finishing out the paint nice. Very easy to use, just a quick little spray on the pad, basically do a whole panel. Worked our way around with that, and then I applied the Jade Ruby, which is a 1-year ceramic coating. So put that on, went over the whole engine bay, polished all the aluminum the best I could get to, the blower and everything, and all the, I mean, he's got this thing decked out, and the Camaro's gonna be the same way. And then the interior just got a basic cleaning. That didn't need much. Quick polish on the dash, which is painted the same color as the body. Did a polish on that just to make sure that brightens up a little bit. Other than that, everything's looking good. So it's been quite a day here. We were pretty busy working on this Ford Coupe, but we got it all shined up and coated, and it's looking a lot better. The paint really improved from what it was before. A lot of light surface scratches that were in the paint. The owner never really washes it, just kind of dusts it off and puts a cover on it. And I kind of went over with him on the edges where we saw those marks from doing both of those things, the cover and wiping it down. Yeah, this thing looks great now. I mean, it's ready to head to the shows, and it's got some good protection on it. We went with the 1-year protection on a car like this that doesn't really see any of the elements. It's not outside in the rain. Obviously, it's not gonna be outside in the snow or getting any salt on it, but yeah, so a 1-year coating on this is gonna last quite a while. So all squared away. This one is going to get put over there. You can see I got some empty spaces here. I moved my Camaro and my 78 K10 up to my house garage because next up is this one. So I'm going to stick the coupe over there in the corner, get the Camaro done at some point, maybe tomorrow, and stick it there. But I also have some other coating vehicles. I have a brand new 25 Silverado that just got dropped off this afternoon. So that's getting coated also tomorrow, and I'm running out of room. And the problem is we're still having rainy weather here. Last week was crazy rainy, and as you saw in my last video with the 66 Galaxy, thank goodness we were able to get that one home because I don't have any more room for any more cars. I need a bigger shop, I think. They're calling for rain this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're heading into Memorial Day weekend, and temperatures are dropping. It's going to be in the 50s this week. So we went from spring to summer weather. Now we're going back to like early spring weather, and it's aggravating when you're trying to get some cars clean, especially when they're like these two cars that I have coming in. We also have a 68 Mustang coming in tomorrow, so we got to get that in and out. That's just a basic once-a-year cleaning that the owner gets done, so we can get that back to him tomorrow before the rain starts. And I had a 66 Pontiac Tempest, which was supposed to come in Thursday. He rescheduled for a week or two from now just because of the weather. I mean, I totally get it. I really hate cleaning vehicles and then sending them off. At least the customer, you know, I hate sending them off in the rain. At least give me a day or two for the customer to enjoy a nice clean car before it gets totally destroyed again in the rain. But I mean, that's part of it. They're not going to melt, but especially these two cars, I need to get these moved around and ready for tomorrow. So thanks for watching part 1 of this customer's detail. The 40 Ford Coupe is squared away. Gonna get the Camaro over here next. That'll be part 2. We'll go over that with you. That's getting basically the same routine as this one. So as always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next detail.